دلم از این میسوزه تو مدینه یکی نمیگه چه قصه ای داریم تو که شب تا سحر واسه مردم تو دعاهات چیزی کم نمیذاری
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Assalamu alaikum, respected brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining me today on what is the 10th of our weekly Farsi courses. Inshallah, this class won't take up too much of your guys' time, and again, I truly appreciate everyone joining in and being so eager to learn this beautiful language. Also, since Arba'in is coming up soon, I really appreciate if you all could keep me in the crew in your du'as, inshallah. The day of Arba'in marks 40 days after the day of Ashura, the day Imam Hussein alayhi salam was tragically martyred in the Battle of Karbala. How has it already been nearly 40 days, subhanallah. May Allah keep our faith steadfast in this religion. Before I begin today's course, I'd like to quickly share a hadith by Imam Baqir alayhi salam. Verily, every creature of the heavens and the earth asks forgiveness for the seeker of knowledge, even the fish in the sea. We can see from this hadith that the one who seeks knowledge is truly a distinguished member of society, since even their sleep is worship. Imagine that. Their prayers hold more rewards. The time they spend seeking knowledge counts as worship, and all the creatures of the sky and the sea pray for them and seek forgiveness on their behalf. So please, brothers and sisters, take this chance and pay attention to these classes, for surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us all an opportunity and has created a light in our hearts to have given us a desire to seek this knowledge. Inshallah, may Allah make this path of learning easier for us and use it in a way to seek nearness to Him. May Allah notice all our continuous efforts and reward us for them and keep us on the right path. May we be part of the 313 alongside our beloved Imam. Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajah. Salawat. Okay, to start off today's course, you guys, we're going to have, like we have every week, that refresher from last week's course. Last week was on the topic of outdoor nature, and actually, the poll last week was on outdoor nature, and then the poll this week was on, it was on outdoor nature and weather, outdoor nature, Asian weather, and the poll this week was on weather and animals, and weather went over, so it seems to see that outdoor nature / weather was a pretty hot topic among you guys. Another reminder is that a day or two after the class, a vote is taken on a Telegram group chat between the top, so you guys choose what you guys want to learn the upcoming week. Also, like I said it last week and the week before, we are posting new quizzes in there so you guys stay on top of your Farsi, so make sure to keep an eye on the group chat for that. And like always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to either join the group chat or message me personally, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible, inshallah. So today's class, we're going to start off on the review on outdoor and nature. Number one, we have how many words we have here? 17 words and 3 phrases. Start off with number one, we have chaman, grass, chaman. Moving on, gol, flower, daracht, tree, bagh, garden, khorshid, sun. And the way to say khorshid is, I think that's also in our vocab for this week. A few of these words may reoccur in our vocab for this week as they're related to outdoor nature and weather. Another way to say khorshid is aftab. Khorshid and aftab have the same meaning, both refer to sun. Number 6, we have ab, cloud, ab. Going on to number 7, ku, mountain. Number 8, daryache, so lake and sea. Number 9, rudkhane. Number 10, oqyanus, ocean. Number 11, sahel, beach. Number 12, shen, sand. Number 13, jangal. Jangal, forest. Number 14, biyaban. Biyaban, desert. Number 15, park. Park, park. Number 16, these are two special words I included from last week, two flowers. Number 16 is aftab gardan. Aftab gardan, sunflower. And number 17, gul rose. Gul rose, which refers to a rose in Farsi, which is like. Moving on to our phrases of the week, which we have three of. Number one, are you going to the park or the lake today? آیا امروز به پارک یا دریاچه می روید؟ Answer being, I'm going to the lake today. امروز به دریاچه می روم. Number two, do you like the river or the beach? آیا شما رودخانه را دوست دارید یا ساحل؟ Answer being, I like the river. من رودخانه را دوست دارم. And number three, which is our special statement, not really a question, more so a statement, a line. You remind me of a rose. Farsi being, شما مرا به یاد یک گل رز می اندازید. One last quick run through these. چمن، گل، درخت، باغ، خورشید، ابر، کوه، دریاچه، رودخانه، اقیانوس، ساحل، شن، جنگل، بیابان، پارک، آفتابگردان، گل رز. And to wrap up our course, we have our phrases. Wrap up our review of last week, we have our phrases. آیا امروز به پارک یا دریاچه می روید؟ امروز به دریاچه می روم. آیا شما رودخانه را دوست دارید یا ساحل؟ من رودخانه را دوست دارم. And to wrap up our review from last week, شما مرا به یاد یک گل رز می اندازید. And moving wraps up our review from last week and start up with our course for this week, which is on the topic of weather. So I think this is it's a pretty shorter class as the topic of weather, obviously with these words here that I've included, for example, rain, snow, cold, they're all, weather, when it comes to weather, is all that. It's just you refer to it as different ways. For example, rain, you can say rainy. Rain, you can say rainy. Snow, you can say snowing. Cold, you can say snow, you can say snowing. Cloud, you can say cloudy. Sun, you can say sunny. It's just different ways to say the word, but they all refer to back to that same word, which I included for you guys. Starting off, I think we have 14 words and 2 questions and 1 statement, just like last week. Starting off with number 1, we have khorshid. Khorshid, sun. Khorshid. 2, we have ab. Ab, cloud. Ab, those 2 words being included in our course from last week as well, as they're related to both weather and outdoor nature. Number 3, baran. Baran, rain. Baran. Moving on to number 4, we have barf. Barf, snow. Barf. And number 5 and 6, also I'm pretty sure came up in the last week's course, not the week before. Here we have sard. Sard, cold. Sard. 6, we have garm. Garm, hot. Garm. Both 5 and 6, there's many different ways to say these words. I just put the ones that are used the most in basically by Farsi speakers. For example, for number 5, we have sard. You can also say khonak, something you want to refer to something as cool, cold. You can say khonak. And number 6, which is garm, you guys may have also heard the usage dog. Dog. If you want to refer to something that's hot, you can either say garm or dog. Moving on to number 8, we have radobarq. Radobarq. Thunder. Radobarq. Sorry about that, I skipped over number 7. Number 7 would be bod. Bod, wind, bod. And before I move on to more specific bits of weather, for example, like storms, hail, flood, and all that, I just want to say one bit here for you guys. So, I start off our class right here, an explanation of these words, by saying that you can refer to all these as, for example, if you want to use them as adjectives, you can say rainy, cloudy, sunny. All you have to do to change this word from its noun form over to the adjective, all you have to do right here is just add an E at the end of it. So I'm actually pretty sure it does not refer to number 1 out of these, but moving down, for example, number 2, if you want to say it is cloudy outside, you would say abri, cloudy, barani, baran, rainy. Number 4, for example, badi, like it's wind outside. Moving on to number 9, we have tagarg, tagarg, hail, tagarg, and just a quick check over here. Moving on to number 9, we have tagarg, tagarg, hail, tagarg. Number 10, we have tufan, tufan, which actually refers to many different things. For example, here in the United States, we have different ways of referring to the word storm, hurricane, tornado. There's different ways to refer to every single one of those words. As for there in Iran, the word tufan is just a relative way to, if you know there's a storm outside, a bad storm, a severe storm coming, you would refer to it as a tufan. Number 11, we have sail, sail, flood, sail. Number 12, referring to humidity outside, would be martub. Martub, if the weather is humid outside, the weather would be martub. Number 13, hava, hava, weather, hava. And to finish off our words for the week, we have shabnam, shabnam, which is the dew, stuff on the grass you guys see in the morning, shabnam, dew. Moving on to our phrases of the week, we have, is the weather outside cold or hot? هوا بیرون سرد است یا گرم? The weather outside is cold. هوای بیرون سرد است. And is it snowing outside? آیا بیرون برف است? Yes, it is snowing outside. بله، بیرون برف است. In our last phrase, which is more of a statement, just like last week's, this one is the weather outside. It's very humid. It's the point, you're pointing it out. هوای بیرون بسیار مرطوب است. Let's break these words down for you guys. Starting off with number 1, we have, is the weather outside cold or hot? هوا بیرون سرد است یا گرم? هوا بیرون refers to the weather outside. سرد است یا گرم refers to, is it cold or hot? هوا بیرون refers to the weather outside. And then سرد است یا گرم refers to, is it cold or hot? Answer being, the weather outside is cold. هوای بیرون سرد است. هوای بیرون, weather outside. سرد است is cold. As refers to is. سرد refers to cold, is cold. هوای بیرون سرد است. The weather outside is cold. Moving on to number 2. The barf referring to snow, and then the ast referring to, is it pretty much آیا بیرون? آیا makes it a question, and then بیرون refers to outside. Barf است, is it snowing? آیا بیرون برف است? Is it snowing outside? Answer being, yes, it is snowing outside. بله, yes, بیرون, outside, برف است, it is snowing. بله, بیرون, yes, outside, برف است, it is snowing. بله, بیرون, برف است, yes, it is snowing outside. Moving on to our final phrase. The weather outside is very, very humid. هوای بیرون. The weather outside, بسیار, very humid. مرطوب است. The بسیار مرطوب است refers to the is very humid of our sentence, and then هوای بیرون refers to the weather outside in our sentence. So هوای بیرون بسیار مرطوب است. The weather outside is very humid. Just gonna give you guys a quick run through of the words. Just one more time. خورشید, ابر, بارون. باران, sorry, you guys can say both بارون and باران. Both works grammatically in Farsi, both were used, baran or barun. Baran is the more formal way to say the word that's usually slipped around in people's tongues would see barun, both referring to rain. 4, we have barf, sard, garm. Again, don't forget guys, sard and garm. There are also other ways to say sard and garm are just the most common usage. For example, for a cold, you can also say khonak, sard or khonak. Number 6, which is garm, you can also say dog, garm or dog. Number 7, we have bad. 8, rad و برق. 9, تگرگ. Tufan. Number 11, sail. Martub. And our last 2 words, hava and shabna. And our phrases, one more time to wrap up our course for the week. هوای بیرون سرد است یا گرم؟ هوای بیرون سرد است. آیا بیرون برف است؟ بله، بیرون برف است. هوای بیرون بسیار مرطوب است. The weather outside is very humid. هوای بیرون بسیار مرطوب است. And that's it for our class this week. Makes it 10 weeks, guys. Wow, that's surreal to say the least. That's 2 months and a half, almost going on to 3 months now. It's been a very long journey. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. And say the least, thank you guys for always tuning in every week. I personally love giving these classes out to you guys every week, just to give you guys something to take away from, a base to build on for those who want to go out and pursue learning Farsi with a passion, to pursue a Hausa career, or just to live in Iran, or just to learn the art of the language of Farsi, to be able to analyze and understand the works of some of our great alims. Also, you guys, just a quick announcement I wanted to make is we are doing our best, me and the crew, to try and get live classes back to you guys, because I know, like I've mentioned earlier in previous courses, that, for example, just liveliness are in a live class much more than pre-recorded class, and stuff like questions and asking questions, and I personally think that you can take a lot away from a live class, more than you can take from a pre-recorded class. So we are working on that. Don't worry, inshallah, in the near future we will have some changes and keep you guys posted. Again, if any update or change comes, it will be posted directly into that Farsi group chat, so keep an eye out there. If any of you guys have any questions, or like I said, struggling to understand the material, feel free to message me personally or put a message out in the group chat, and I'll reach back to you guys as soon as possible, inshallah. With that, thank you guys for joining me this week. Looking very, very, very forward to next week's class. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.